Hello ladies, it is Danica coming at you with our first team video newsletter. You can anticipate getting one of these from me at least twice a month. One will come out around the 1st through the 3rd to talk about, how did we end our previous month as a team? What can we anticipate in the upcoming month as far as, just overall Posh news, and then little tips and tricks and tidbits and things like that that will be really important for you as you build your Posh business. So let's get started, because I definitely don't want to take too much of your time. So we closed out the month of December with 30 tri-pies. So we had 27 women on our team at the beginning of December, and when we closed it out, we had 3 new sisters to call our very own. So congrats to the Posh Party Princesses for being a team of 30 at right now. So that is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. We also closed out the month with $7,866 in sales. Now we were slightly short, and I mean so slightly short, only $134 away from having requalified as a Pink Plus 3 team, but that's okay. We hit Pink Plus 3 the first time in October and then did again in November, and we were really super close for the month of December. So we know that that is going to be our goal again for the month of January, but we'll talk about that a little bit more here shortly. So who were the individuals in our team that really kind of just stood out during the month of December? So in October, I had started something new. I called it the monthly award, and this is going to be within our team, within our group, which is different than the monthly award that is sponsored by Home Office. And we'll be talking about that in more detail in another video here before long. But the monthly award, I do the top 3 in sales and the top 3 in team building get recognized directly from me in the form of a certificate, and then also just a little goodie, a little thank you for all your hard work. I never include myself as one of the recipients in this because it's me honoring and celebrating you guys and your success, so you'll never see me on the list. I do definitely get up there with the rest of the ladies, but again, this is about you, not me, and celebrating all the awesome things you guys are doing. So for the month of December, our top 3 in PV started with Darla at $1,909. So $1,909 was Darla's PV. So that is, wow, Darla, that's just fantastic. Way to go, girl. We had Suzanne with $1,005, and then we had Jenny with $796. So those were our top 3 sales ladies for the month of December. So kudos to you guys. Flaunt your feathers and definitely share the awesome news with family and friends how well you did and that you are recognized as a top performer for your team here for the month of December. And then I also do the top 3 in team building. Again, just like the PV, I don't include myself in these numbers. And we had Jenny sponsor one new business partner for the month of December. So she is going to be our #1 team builder for December. So she has both team building recognition as well as PV recognition. So way to go, Jenny. We have the Italy incentive that started in the month of December 1st, actually. So if you don't really know a whole lot about the incentive, to keep me from really going into a lot of detail right now, you can check out all the information about the incentive, what it is, how it works and everything by going to perfectlyposh.com/spring-incentive. So go to that website, look at all the details, check it out. It is a phenomenal program that they have that allows you the opportunity to earn a trip to Italy. But even if you don't qualify to go to Italy, you still have an opportunity to earn lots of really great prizes and recognition. So definitely, keep that in mind as you're working your business and you're looking to achieve various ranks. How will you rank up during the incentive, and how will that be of additional benefit to you and your success line as you continue building those? So for the month of December, there were 3 of us who did make it a pink December, and we went pink in the incentive for that month, and we were able to get our polka dotted pink scarves that are coming. And the rest of you still have that opportunity, because to go pink in the incentive, you just have to have $1,000 in lifetime sales between December 1st and March 31st, and you too get to go pink, which will have its own, again, additional certificate and pin and perks, as well as some pretty sweet prizes. And those prizes change and are cumulative as you move up through the ranks for the Italy incentive. So go to that website and check it out. But to recognize two individuals who did make it a pink December was Darla and Suzanne. So since each of you were able to go and make it a pink December with the Italy incentive, not only have you earned your certificate and pin and your polka dotted scarf, you also earned from me one of those Julep beauty boxes that includes, you know, a few different items that are just absolutely awesome. I love Julep. I mean, I'm just completely addicted to them. And so when I saw some of these gift boxes available online, I snagged up a few as incentives for our team because I wanted to share with you some of the things that I love that aren't necessarily Posh specific and isn't direct sales with the different companies. So you two really enjoy those. I do have a few boxes left, but not quite sure how I want to share those quite yet. But for those two ladies, you will be expecting that from me in the next week. So we have new kits that came out. January 1st, we had some new kits as well as a new team building exclusive, which is this really cool champagne bubble bath type product, and it looks like it comes in like its own little like tiny champagne bottle. It's really super cute, and I definitely know that I want to get my hands on a couple of those, and I hope you ladies do as well. Something a little bit different about the kits this month than what we've seen in previous months is that in lieu of one of the white logoed Posh t-shirts, they are going to be including this black hoodie. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's perfect hoodie season. I would love to get one of those. Ideally, they will have those out on the portal at some time in the future for those of us who are already consultants to buy, because that hoodie looks really super sweet. So when you are out and you're sharing the opportunity with, you know, anybody, whether that's family, friends, coworkers, and you talk about the kit, you know, mention that sweatshirt that comes in the kit as a part of what it is that they're ordering. We know sweatshirts aren't cheap, you know, they're generally $20 or $30. So just knowing that their $99 investment is going to include this like $25 sweatshirt, like that's pretty sweet on top of all of the product, on top of all of the business tools and everything else that you receive. We have a new catalog that's coming out. So for those of you who don't know, Posh has 2 catalog changes a year, one in February and then the other in July. The one in February is our spring summer catalog, and the one in July is our fall winter catalog. So we are coming up on a catalog change. And so what are some things that you want to keep in mind? First and foremost, I will say is don't order any more catalogs if you can avoid it between now and February 5th. You want to be sure that any and all catalogs that you currently have, that you have a plan on how to get rid of all of them. All of them. You want to get rid of all of them, because when the catalog change comes, you want to be able to get the new catalog. Now, that's not to say that if you have catalogs on hand after the catalog change that you can't use the fall winter one, because you can. I know that I have in the past. It's just that you want to kind of, you know, mitigate the opportunity to create a disappointed customer when they want to go and order something out of, you know, the old catalog and maybe it's no longer available for sale. I will say that anything that isn't carried over from one catalog to the next will still be available for purchase online, but only for those quantities that are still left of any particular product. So it isn't like once the catalog changes, they, you know, pull those items that are no longer in the new one offline, because they don't. They will leave them on there until those quantities are gone. They just won't be advertised in print anywhere. We also have Dayaway coming up, which is super exciting. So Dayaway is designed a bit differently starting this catalog than it had been in previous Dayaway events. So this past July, I had the opportunity to go to Posh's national convention, which was called Unconventional. And little did I know at that time that I was actually attending my first and my last Uncon. And that's because they've decided to get rid of the national convention. There was only maybe about 1,000 of us that were able to attend, and we get so much more as far as interaction and participation from our Dayaways that they decided that they were going to scrap the national convention, use those monies that had been budgeted to have an event like that, and reinvest it in our Dayaways and make them bigger and better and make them, you know, a mini, you know, uncon as far as the workshops, the tools, the, you know, the portal store that will be there and all kinds of things. It's only $39 to attend, so it's actually really inexpensive. And in return for that, not only are you getting an opportunity to spend an entire day with all of your very poshy sisters, you also get a chance to, you know, learn some great business tips and tricks. You're going to get an opportunity to meet our founders, Anne and Andrew. You're also going to meet different people from, you know, our business development team, like even Megan, who does our Prep Academy and a lot of the, you know, consultant training for the leaders and everything. It's really a fun time. I know that some of you that went this last fall didn't walk away with maybe the most, you know, favorable impression. I think that some of us may have had our expectations, you know, higher than they should have been, not really knowing what to expect. And so what I will say for any of you that went to Dayaway in the fall and were like, I don't know if that was, you know, worth it, give the spring Dayaways a try. Again, it's a completely new format. One of the changes that they're doing, which I think is phenomenal, is that they're going to be bringing full-sized product of every single product in the catalog to the Dayaways. Previously, they would only bring those items that were new to the catalog to Dayaway, but now they're bringing the entire catalog, even if they aren't brand new items. So this is really going to be great for you as a consultant, especially if you're newer and you haven't had a chance to try all the products, and maybe you don't really want to make an investment to do that, to try them all, which is completely understandable. I don't know many who would or would want to. Dayaway is an amazing way to go and try out every single product that Posh offers. So yeah, it's going to be great. So definitely go there. You also get $90 worth of product, you know, in your Dayaway kits, which is going to include an exclusive face wash, the Good Morning Beautiful face wash, which is like, I thought it was a body cream at first, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I found out it was face wash, and I pretty much lost it. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. So if you like product exclusives, if you just love the products, you know, it is so worth going. One of the things you're going to hear in direct sales, not just with Perfectly Posh, but really anything, if you want to go up, as in you want to go up in the pay plan, you've got to show up. So if you want to go up, you've got to show up. So you need to make going to Dayaways a priority. It allows you, again, the opportunity to network with other consultants, to learn their business tips and tricks, get a chance to connect with home office, actually in person, one-on-one, getting to see, you know, the support staff and Ann and Andrew and, you know, our various, you know, directors of the different departments. I mean, it's a really, really great opportunity. So we have that. Tickets are currently on sale. So if you have not gotten your ticket or not quite sure, again, what all Dayaway entails, then I'm going to direct you to perfectlyposh.com/Dayaway. And there it's going to have all the information that you could need about the 9 different cities that Posh will be in for Dayaways this spring. They do start at the end of February and go through like that first, second week of March. So these are something that's going to be coming up in the near future, but it's not exactly right around the corner. But it is close enough that you definitely want to start planning now. I know that I will be at the Dayaway in Dallas on March 1st. So for any of you ladies that will find yourself at the Dallas Dayaway March 1st, I will be there with bells on. So I'm very excited about that and definitely looking forward to meeting those of you that I have not yet got to meet in person during Dayaway, and so that's going to be a really fun time for us. And I've got some really special plans for those of you who are traveling to Dallas. That's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm really looking forward to that. As a part of Dayaway and the new catalog is going to be the opportunity to get transition kits. So I posted a little tidbit on our team page just within the last day, I believe, about how you can buy a transition kit which will have a variety of new products from the new catalog included in that. Now, these transition kits are not meant to provide value in the way like the starter kit does. Because like when you buy the starter kit, you're getting, you know, tons of product, tons of tools at a very, you know, reasonable, like discounted price. Our transition kits aren't meant to be discounted, but meant to bundle together the best of those products that are being launched, new business tools, new branding, because when the catalog launch happens, with each catalog, they do a refresh on our business tools. So like the little, you know, brochures that talk about Posh or talk about the opportunity, the looks of those will change. Now, if you still have a number of those on hand, it's not like you can't use them once the catalog has changed, because you still can. The information is still good. It's still, you know, pertinent and relevant. It's just, it won't match the feel of the new catalog. So it'll be tools like that and products that will be a part of the transition kit. And what you pay for it is about, you know, what the value is. It's not anything that's discounted. So just keep that in mind. They are really great and they are worth PV. So if you plan to get a transition kit when that opens up for sale here later on this week, you know, definitely get on that and, you know, make it happen, because there's definitely going to be some things in there that you're going to want to need and use as you, you know, launch this catalog in your business. So we have that. Team training. So we got a couple of things going on right now. So one I will mention is a conference call that I'll be doing this Thursday at the request of our Gold Premier, Mandy Howard. She had asked me if I'd be willing to do a team training on income taxes. And I said, yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to do that. And it turns out that this Thursday is going to be when we have that training. So I posted the graphic to our team page that has the phone number and the access code as well as the time. And feel free to call in and listen. And if you have any questions right now, definitely go to the event page and post those questions there. I'm going to be using the questions that people post to help set up the agenda for that evening's training. So I know that I'm answering the questions that people have instead of just assuming what it is that people want to hear. I actually want to hear what those questions are now, so I can put together, you know, the best possible training that I can, and that it's of, you know, real value and people actually, you know, get the answers that they're looking for, not just hoping that they will, but know that they will because they've been able to post the questions prior to the call. So definitely jump on that. Then I have my boot camp for your business, Tri-Pie Style, which I had originally planned to launch January 1st, but back in December I launched it a bit early with the Italy incentive having been announced. And I should have known better than to try to rush a good thing, and didn't quite get up off the ground like I had hoped, but I have also had time to realize that there was definitely some tweaks that I'm going to have to make to it, because what I have, you know, come to the conclusion of is that this boot camp for your training isn't really for beginners. And what I mean by that is that for some ladies that may not be as tech savvy and need a little bit more help as far as like, well, how do I create a YouTube channel, or how do I create a Facebook event? You know, how do I do some of these really, you know, basic things? You know, this boot camp is not for you, because the assumption is that you would already know these things to do some of the stuff that I'm talking about, but that's not to say that there isn't training for you, because there is. I'm actually doing something separate, not just for you, but it's going to be a system that any and all of our Tri-Pies can use when onboarding new business partners. One of the opportunities that I see for us as a team, and I really just see lacking in general across Posh, is that there's really good training out there and really good tools as far as like how to team build. Like, this is how you team build as far as, you know, getting individuals to sponsor. But then it kind of falls short. Like, well, once you've sponsored them, you know, what do you do next? Like, what is the checklist you should be going through as the sponsor, is making sure that, oh, they got this or they got that, or they know this or they know that. We don't really have anything like that. So if that's something I want for my team, then I realize that I have to be the one to make that. And so that's what I'm doing. So the boot camp for your business is still happening. There'll be some videos posted there tonight for people to work on for those that are wanting to participate in that training. But just know now that it is intended to be for those that already have a general understanding of social media. So if you do not and need some assistance with that, then you'd probably struggle doing that particular training. And I don't want you to do that and get discouraged and feel like, oh, this opportunity isn't for me, because I don't think that's the case. I think Posh is an amazing opportunity for everyone, but I just have a different training I'll be doing for you guys in particular. And it's going to be a training that is going to be open and available to all tri-pies as they onboard. And I'm kind of calling it like the protege to Pink Plus One plan or something of that nature to start off with individuals with a lot of really great things that you'll be able to watch videos on and do some training on while you're waiting for your kit, so that when your kit arrives, you've already had, 3, 4, maybe 5 days of training that you've received directly from our team to help you really get started and up and going. And it'll include some really basic information that I think some of us just naturally take for granted because we know how to do them. Like, well, how do I set up a YouTube channel? How do I set up a Facebook event for my online party? How do I do some of these things? There are some of you that don't know, and that's okay. Not all of us didn't know at one point, and at some point we learned, and all of us learn differently, and all of us don't really care to be as quick with technology as others, and all of that's fine. So I am looking at different ways that I can be of better value to you ladies on the team, especially if you need some assistance in those areas. So we'll be doing some really basic training for those kinds of topics for those of you who need them. And if you don't, that's fine. Then you can just kind of click away and not particularly worry about those lessons. So we have that coming up. So again, Boot Camp for Your Business is going to be launching this evening with a video, but again, keep in mind this is intended for those that already have a general basic knowledge of social media. So if you do not have that, not that I don't encourage you to participate, just know that you may have a little bit of struggles with what it is that we're going to do, and I don't want that to discourage you. So maybe we might have to do something a little bit more one-on-one for those of you who need that additional help. And I believe, what else? Oh, last but not least, team incentives for the month of January. So we have Darla that put out a picture of some beautiful earrings that she has for the first individual to promote to Pink Plus One in January. So it's possible we may carry this incentive over to February if no one achieves Pink Plus One in January, but I think that we could absolutely do it. So how do you get to Pink Plus One? Well, first you have to have sponsored at least one individual. So it needs to be yourself and at least one other person that you have personally sponsored. And it can be more than that, but at the very least, it has to be at least one person. Of all those people that you have sponsored, at least one of those people, whether it's just the one or many, you only need one individual to have $200 or more in personal volume for the month to be considered qualified. And then collectively between yourself and your downline, you need to have $2,000 team volume. Now, of that $2,000, $500 has to come from you as the leader, as the consultant. So really it's $500 PV for you, and then $1,500 additional dollars that would either need to come from you or your team. But again, one of those individuals on your team does need to have at least 200. I know that might sound really confusing and you're like, oh my gosh, it seems like so much, but I assure you it isn't. Once you have been with Posh for a short time and you just see these numbers over and over and over again, it really starts to sink in and resonate with you as far as what you would need for various ranks, and it'll become second nature. It'll be really quick and really easy. So right now we're looking for promoting our next Pink Plus One consultant within the Tri-Pie house. I don't know who it's gonna be, but I'm really excited to find out, especially when they get those earrings. So again, you have to have at least $500 in personal volume. You need to have at least one person you've personally sponsored that has $200 or more, so they're considered qualified. And then collectively between yourself and those individuals in your success line, 2,000 in PV. So those are the 3 criteria that you will want to hit to promote to that particular rank for the month of January. For us as a team overall, so for all of the Tri-Pie sisters, which start with me and kind of blows out between those people I've sponsored and then those people that they've sponsored and so on and so forth, our team goal for the month of January is to have 9,000 company volume. and to have 5 new Tri-Pie sisters that we welcome to our house. So that is what our goal is, and I want to make sure that you knew that up front, so that as we go through and work our own personal goals, we're also knowing that we're working for an overall team goal. So that is what we have for the month of January, 9,000 in company volume, and then collectively as a group, we welcome 5 new ladies to our house. So that's what I have for right now. Tried not to keep it too terribly long, although I see that we're going into about 25 minutes here. So I'll go ahead and wrap it up and say that I'm super excited about this new year, 2016. It's going to be a sweet 16 for all of us. I see lots of really great things in our future, not just professionally with our Posh businesses, but personally as well. And I look forward to, celebrating all of those successes with you as, time goes on. So this is it. This is the first edition of our team video newsletter, and I look forward to seeing you girls online and continue working with you as we go out there and pamper the world. So take it easy for the rest of the Sunday, because starting tomorrow you got to hit the ground running, because it's time to make this January the best one yet. Talk to you soon. Bye.